And what kind of brand collaboration has been your standout or your favorite?
I think any brand that allows me creative freedom, lets me like, do stuff in like my own way versus like a very ad like format. Brands that are easier, brands that come to you and trust. Because tomorrow, if you're coming to me for an association and then telling me like every small detail about how the dialogue has to be, how my actions have to be, then there's honestly nothing left for me to really show my content creator side in it. It's just that like I'm being a model or like I'm doing what the brand is saying. So any brand that's very easygoing. I love fashion work. So like anything that, are like clothes I enjoy or like things that I am doing like in the fashion side of it will always be something I'm a little partial towards versus like maybe beauty or lifestyle.
Oh,
Yeah.
interesting. Have you ever turned down a brand or said no to an association?
So there are some things that I absolutely don't do on Instagram: alcohol, gambling, and lingerie, because I'm extremely particular about like the kind of brands I'm associating with, the kind of things I'm promoting. Because of course, like I said, there are very different age groups, people from like different like sections that are following me,
Yeah.
and I don't want to like do something that I don't agree with or I don't support, or it doesn't align basically with my aesthetic, my culture, my values. So I'm a little more mindful about that. Also, I feel the kind of audience that you attract, when you do these brands also may not be the best for your page.
Yeah.
Like I know that tomorrow if I'm posing in like a bikini on Instagram, it may be something that may get me followers, but are those the kind of followers that I want on my page? Maybe not. I know a lot of people who do it, and they do it like as a very well thought of strategy, because those like they feel that honestly those things are getting me numbers, or they're getting me likes. Like their normal fashion post may get 1,000 like versus this may get like 10,000 likes, and they are okay with that. I'm pretty happy with like my little but good amount of followers that I have, and I like to stick to that.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
it makes a difference if you're thinking long term, because you'll get those spikes in
Correct.
a while, but
Yeah.
then they are not going to be engaging on your other content.
And honestly, it doesn't even convert for brands, because
Yeah.
I mean, if you have people that are just following you because you're wearing a particular outfit, and tomorrow you're actually talking about a brand or selling them something, or even doing content that's not just looking a certain way, they're probably just going to bounce. So
Yeah.
the engagement, like you said, is not going to really come back.
And I think audiences can also tell when you're like not being
Correct.
authentic and doing things that are out just for getting the number
Of followers. Yeah.
Okay, Hannah, so does your family, since they're involved in your content, do they come and have a say and tell you what should be there, what should not be there, which brand you should associate with?
So I don't think they would ever tell me what to do and what not to do. But I feel like, just the way I've been brought up, the way my values are, the way like my whole moral compass is, of course, I owe a lot to them when it comes to that. And because of the way they've been with me, like where they've always told me that, listen, this is right and this is wrong. And in the end, you choose.
Okay.
So I feel just having that kind of freedom also to choose always made me do the right thing, because I knew at the back of my head that they're not controlling me, but at the same time they are watching, and I don't want to do something tomorrow that lets them down or puts them down, because Instagram is something that's open to everyone. Like there are people from like my dad's workspace, his friends, my mom's friends, like people I may or may not know, and not everyone has everything that's nice to say, and they're judging me, right? Like, so I don't want to put something out there that tomorrow may embarrass my parents or will not sit well with them. And of course, if I go to them and I ask them that, listen, like, hey, should I do this or should I not, then they will give me like their honest opinion. But otherwise, they rarely interfere and tell me what I should be doing and shouldn't be. They think I'm smart enough to take the right call. And yeah, I mean, like I said, I'm always like there to kind of respect, where they come from and be a little more mindful.
And do they give you like tips? Let's do this kind of content.
Oh,
and,
totally.
like, brand
Yeah. They are
this
very
and-
like, I mean, for them, it's like, how can she grow and what
Oh.
can we do next? Like my mom anyway is that person, because I mean my sister is a fashion designer, I'm doing this, so she's someone who's constantly like trying to just be there for us and like help us grow. Like right now her motto of her life is just to like be there for her daughters and help them grow.
Yeah.
So she's actually very pro at like we should do this and we should do that. And sometimes when my sister will come to me and she's like, hey, like I thought of a really cool like idea that you can do and I think it'll work really well. Because when it comes to content, I mean we do kind of need that little bit of help at times, and it's nicer when it comes from people who are your friends and family, because they know the real side of you and they're just helping you put that out there versus someone who's just scripting it for you.
Right. It helps to brainstorm with people who
Correct.
might understand your
because they know
content.
that what will come very authentically to you. Like I said, versus even a content team who will probably tell you things that they think would work or things that they think that you should be doing, but they don't really know the real you.